And we back, baby. What week was that? Week 9. We
Week
both suck
9
again,
in the
Spencer. We
books.
both suck again.
Bro, I don't even want to hear it.
Um,
I put up a good fight of mine.
I only have 2 more wins than you, so like, you know, is what it is. I'm not out of it yet, but I am slowly but surely falling off. Um, start off with Chris versus me this week. That's where I was already. But let me scroll through. Yeah, I was Andrew with the highest score this week. And
Shout out,
who
shout
do you
out to
think had
Andrew,
the?
right?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about him. We're gonna talk about his team. He got a little bit of luck, a little bit of Joe Mixon going on.
The Mixon with Mixon tape.
Who do you think was the lowest score this week?
Who do I think?
Yeah, because I don't think you know off the top of your head, do you?
I would guess Nathan,
It's
but
Nathan. Definitely Nathan. He had 53.
did he set his lineup this week?
No. So, is what it is. Can't keep talking about Nathan's non-set lineup. I don't really know how to make him fix that shit. But all right, let's get into it. Good job, Andrew. We took down Dad. Dad texted us in the group chat and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" With Joe Mixon putting up like a 400-point game against them. But all right, I
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Ted had a decent week, but I mean, Drew's team is not. Excuse me. It's not like it was solely Mixon who carried him to the dub.
no. Well, I mean, it no, but it was a huge part of it. All right, let's dive into me versus Chris, cause this one was sad, bro. I started off the week so unconfident too because
Oh, okay.
he
So we're just shooting. Okay, hold on. Okay, just keep going.
got it.
Yeah.
Uh, Thursday night, he had his tight end put up 20 points against me. I was like, oh, this doesn't look good. And then it stayed close the entire day, and it came down to basically Isaiah Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who are on the same team in the same position, trying to outscore each other, and they both put up like nothing. And then I lost to a kicker. I mean, even if his kicker put up 0, I still would have lost. But bye weeks are a thing. Feels bad. I also had Jeff Wilson Jr. on my bench with 14.7 points, which would have gotten me the win if I just benched Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, I'm surprised you've
Hindsight.
been riding Alaire so much recently. He's not
I
really.
don't think I've played him much recently. I had to put him. I
Oh, you
have
did it
to.
because of Christian McCaffrey on
I put
bye.
him in
I
the
see what
lineup
you're
because
saying.
of CMC. And Jeff Wilson just got put on the Lions. I was like, his role going to be that huge? Like, I was like, CMC's on the Chiefs. He'll probably score more points than Jeff Wilson. But that Bears game with the Lions was crazy. So not surprised Jeff. I'm sure everybody there had points like Tyreek and Waddle, Jeff Wilson. I bet Raheem Mostert probably had some points too. So yeah, it feels bad. It is what it is. My other leagues did well. I shit on Spencer in Dynasty. I
I had so many players on bye. This
I
is
know.
about yo fam. Don't come on fucking digging
Just
up shit
I
like that.
just
Come
I'm
on.
trying to make myself feel better because this one sucked for me. And my like I said, my other teams were like I had Joe Mixon in another league that I just took away from you in that league. Did
Yeah.
that feel bad, by
We'll,
the
we'll
way?
s- um a little bit, but like I still think that I'm gonna win that trade as the rest of the season plays out. Miles Sanders has a really easy schedule the rest of the season, and I watched the Thursday night game with Joe Mixon the week before this week, and the O line they looked like absolute fucking dog shit, bro. I
Yeah,
was
no,
like,
they
oh my god, I do not want any part of this fucking offense anymore.
they've been on and off for a little while now.
And I don't know. I think I'd rather take the consistent 15 to 18 points than a possible 8 or a possible whatever. The 50 is not going to happen ever again. with Joe Mixon. It's a once in
Yeah.
that's a career day. So we'll say sometimes 8, sometimes he can put up like an 18 to
Yeah,
20 point
he
game.
had a massive
So
game, fun to watch. Probably won't happen that insane again, but you know, I'll be happy if he does next week too, unless I'm playing against Andrew in this league. Then I won't be. By the way, my team moving forward is some big question marks because like aside from Damian Pierce and CMC and I guess Gino I can throw in there too. Everybody's a question mark because Michael Pittman, not only does he have Ellinger, Ellinger, that's his name, right? I think it's just Ellinger.
I've just been calling him Sam. I don't know how to pronounce his
it's just
last
Sam
name.
Ellinger. I just like fucking with it. Not only is he throwing the ball, Michael Pittman now. They just hired a guy who's never been a head coach of
Yeah, what's his name? Like
anything.
Jeff Saturday or
Jeff
something?
Saturday, who was a, I think he was
I'm
a
gonna rename my
center.
team Jeff Saturday because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in fantasy.
He was an offensive lineman on the Colts. I know that he's a really good player, but he doesn't have any college coaching experience. He has no NFL coaching experience. So, I mean, obviously he's probably not calling the plays, but I am
Watch him come out and
concerned
drop like
about
a
like,
fucking 50 burger on somebody, bro.
dude. I mean, I kind of have to start Michael Pittman Jr. So I probably will, but and then if you look at like Amon-Ra St. Brown too, the Lions just been
Yeah, he
gross.
started he
So
started off the season hot, and they've kind of
well, he got
cooled
banged
off
up a
quite a
little bit,
bit. Yeah,
and then yeah,
but
I don't
even
know what.
even even then, the Lions just kind of have sputtered out on offense a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them. But
But
Chris gets
Chris's
a lucky
team,
win against me because his team was not good this week. Like I know he put up 96, but Eno sucked. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin combined for 13. Like I should have won this game. He gets a lucky win. He gets to reset next week with Pollard and coming off bye, and I don't know if anyone else is gonna really do anything for him next week
I think
besides
I
Pollard, but
think
maybe Wandale,
I think
maybe.
Chris's team, based on, I think we're far enough into the season, unless something drastically changes. I think Chris's team is gonna limp into the playoffs, and he's gonna have like a 1 and out.
Yeah, maybe. We'll
He
see.
might get lucky. I mean, but it
Always
half of
try
it's
and make
luck
a
anyways.
trade,
But
Chris. You can always try and make a trade. All right, let's move on. I on my matchup too long. Mom gets a bounce back win. Oh my God, what's her record? Can you double check that for me? I'm on Mother versus
she
Elizabeth.
is now 3-6.
3-6. All right. It's like there's like three people with actually no. I think there's two with 6 wins, two with 7 wins, something like that.
Mom made the bold strat to stick with Derek Carr despite putting up arguably the worst game of his career last week.
I think I would have too. I mean, there's no way he repeats that. And she has Dak on bye, so what was she gonna do? Play a Dak on
Pick
bye?
up
0
somebody
points?
else. I don't know, man.
Could have. I mean, yeah, I can't say like I would personally be like I might have dropped Derek Carr after that game, tried to stream someone else. Um, speaking of, I would like to check something really quick. Um, okay, my bench changed a little bit, but I am curious about. I'm gonna search this really.
Who are you looking up? Justin Fields?
I am.
I picked him up.
You got him, huh? It's not gonna help you. You might as well just give him to me.
Yeah, I mean, I
He was my
could.
first wave. That's what's the word for that? That's not allowed. That's illegal.
Handout,
Not a no. There's a word for it.
tampering,
Like a legal. Yeah,
collusion.
tampering. Yeah, one of those things. Anyway,
Collusion.
uh, shit. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, he was my first waiver priority claim, but I didn't have prior. I guess you have
I
lesser
think it actually
information.
was also Sean's waiver priority claim, who I'm playing this week, and he ended up having to pick up Trevor Lawrence instead. I think based on the waiver
Who
activity,
are
that's
the
what it looks like.
two of the Jags playing this week? Do you know?
Shit, I do not know who the Jags are playing this week.
Oh well,
But
sure. We'll
Trevor Lawrence has
figure it out. So.
been actually not
Yeah,
terrible
he
fantasy
scores
wise.
fantasy points, but all right, let's get into this. Mom won her third win without a tight end because her tight end put up 0. Is he injured? No,
No,
they
dude, the
just
fucking
suck.
Rams
The
just
Rams
suck.
just suck ass. I got it.
Yeah.
Um, Derek Carr, not a
It,
bad game. Miles
there were
Sanders pretty good game.
There is not a startable player on the Rams besides Cooper
Cooper
Kupp.
Cup. Yep.
Maybe
By
their
the
maybe their
way,
kicker.
I have Tyler Algier in a couple leagues now, the Atlanta running back rookie. He's still, even with Cordero back, and I thought Cordero looked good that game for his first game back off injury. Tyler Algier still puts up 99 yards on the ground.
Wait, did he really?
Yeah, 10 carries for 99 yards. He must have had a big rip and a reception for 24. No touchdowns or anything, but this is his third game in a row with double-digit scoring. 11, 16, 12.8. Not bad.
I don't know where mom found that guy. This is the first time I even heard of him.
Oh, he's been on the waivers for a little bit, but it's because he was splitting work with, well, I say splitting work. He was losing, never had the workload, but he was like 20% of the carries, and then Cordero got all the work. And when went down, he started ramping him up a little bit. And Cordero's back now, but it kind of looks like almost like a 50-50 split at this point. I'd be interested to check the.
Maybe after him being out 4 weeks, they were just easing Cordell back into it, or maybe
Could
they're
have
just
been,
taking
but
run first approach to the
I
game.
think Cordero scored at least once, maybe twice. So Justin Jefferson finally showed up for mom. Nice game from him. She's still rolling out MVS. Oh, I think who scored more, MVS or Kadarius Toney? MVS scored 1.7. Keep that in mind. We'll look it up later.
I
And
think
then
it might have been Tony by like 0.2.
he had like 2 catches. I think.
Yeah.
Defense scored 26 with I think they had a pick six or fumble recovery. They had a regular pick and a blocked punt or something. The Colts were just, I mean, that's why Frank Reich just got fired. So
The Fourth Reich has fallen.
no. Oh man, Beth is still rolling out Aaron Rodgers. I'm doing that in Dynasty because I don't really have many other options. I thought he would turn around when I traded for him in like week 6 this year, but I'm surprised she has not tried to stream a quarterback elsewhere because Rodgers still somehow the 16th fantasy quarterback on the year. What are his games? It's just because he's consistently getting like 15 points. Bro, listen to these lines. 3, 16, 16, 16, 16, 11, 15, 15, 13.
I mean,
That's
at least they're
bad
double
quarterbacks.
digits.
Yeah, that's well, except for week 1, but that's bad quarterback scoring, man. And the rest of her team didn't help her out a ton. Dalvin Cook
Yeah,
was
fucking
alright.
Titans,
Fournette,
I think, threw the ball like 3 times on Monday night or Sunday night, I mean.
she got unlucky because Devontae Smith just didn't. It wasn't his week. It all went to AJ Brown. I'm assuming. I didn't even see what AJ Brown scored this week, but anytime Smith's got a down week, you can assume most of it went to.
I think AJ Brown had like 50 yards, 60, something like that, and a touchdown. I think I can't remember. It
Oh,
was it
that's
was like
right. It was
it
on
was like a week
Thursday.
ago.
I
Yeah, it was
remember.
like a
That
week ago
was
now.
almost like a little bit of a defensive battle there, even though it was 21 to 7 or 29 to 17. But started off pretty close, and the defenses showed up. But
I think that well, I don't know who did
you
mom
know
have
what?
on by.
She's
She had Dak. I think she just got unfortunate because she's been kind of a little bit
Cooper on
relying on
bye,
Amari
Kittle on
Cooper. Yeah,
bye.
and yeah.
You know, the greatest kicker of all time, Chris Boswell on bye. Cooks is just dead.
Tell Sarah you said that.
She might be okay though. Like Michael Carter, he had a good week, and Brees Hall's not coming back this year. So if they keep using Michael Carter like that, she might be okay. Especially because big old Lenny in Tampa Bay can't get anything work on the ground. He is the running back 9 somehow still in the year because he had 1 week of 30. That probably boosted up a little bit, or he'd be like 12 or 13 or something. But he's been super up and down this year. Getting bit by the cat right now. So if you hear me yell at her, that's
Which
why.
one?
Which one do you think? It's Tunes. She
Obviously.
on my
Oh, really?
lap. Yeah,
My guess would have been Yumi.
she just sits on my lap and then bites my wrist. She doesn't like attack, but she kind of like does one of these things. Just like I don't know. She's like a little
Nibbles.
vampire. Yeah. Well, mom benched Kyle Pitts after his huge week, and he puts up 3.7. Good bench, mom. Unfortunately, Tyler Higbee put up 0. So You
She'll
can't
go
win with
back to
Kyle Pitts, bro. You
yeah.
can't
She
win with
can't. She
Kyle
can't.
Pitts.
Well, she got the W though. She
Got the
got the
W, yeah.
W.
Take the W and move on, Mom. Don't look back. I'm moving on to Nathan versus Shannon, by the way.
Okay. Okay.
Which overall, I mean, I was watching this game, right? We were
Shannon got the free win for the week.
free win, but she still put up like a fine week. 108.96 is not a bad week. So we were in an airport bar. She's like, "Do I bench DeAndre Swift?" And I was like she had him benched at first, and I was like, because he's injured, and they said basically like he was gonna be on a limited snap count, and I was like, what are your other options? Like, it's just Gerald Henderson, the only other option. It's like, uh, just put him in, like I over Daryl Henderson because the Rams suck, and Daryl Henderson's been sucking too. So ended up being the right choice because Swift scored about zero point 0.9 points more than Henderson, but either way, and so we're watching it, and it starts off. He had like a I don't know 15-yard carry or something. It was like one of his only goddamn carries of the game. She's like, look, he's
Mm.
already got a point and a half, and I was like, yeah, but in comes Jamal Williams for like the rest of the game. Like, just relax. It's 1.5 points or something like that. And yeah, sure enough, it was like nothing. But after I said that, she's like, it doesn't matter. I'm playing Nathan. I'm gonna win. I was like, that's true.
God
That's
damn,
literally
savage, bro.
true.
I'd
I
say he's
mean,
not
look
even there
at
to defend himself, but he's not even there to pick set his lineup.
yeah,
So
he's not gonna
goddamn,
not gonna hear this conversation anyways, is he?
maybe like fourth hand through a conversation he overhears of Elizabeth talking with Sean or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what. Boy must have like dropped his phone in a lake and just never gotten a new one or something. Cause
Nah, he just
he,
I think he just doesn't care, and it's fine. Everybody's
it's
got their own
not.
shit going on, but
Guess guess not.
um,
Not even
Nate's
worth talking about
team.
anymore.
I mean, we can't talk about the same team that Nate is just throwing out weekly. It's just the same thing's gonna happen
Yeah,
every
no,
time.
we're
Sometimes he'll have a good game, sometimes he's gonna have bad, especially when he has bye players that he's starting. So
yep. I mean, Shannon's future looks bright, right? Her
she's definitely making the
quarterback
playoffs.
stream was like, yeah, but Russell Wilson, she's got to figure out quarterback. But Henry is good. She got to figure out Swift. Brown is great. Waddle's great. Hawkinson probably gonna be better on the Vikings, I think.
I think Shannon's starting lineup is pretty solid. She's just
Her bench
very
is,
not deep at
yeah, I
all.
know. Not. Oh, she's got Daniel Jones too. I don't know if she put it.
Yeah.
I don't know if she put in any waivers. We can check that after. But I mean, she's gonna make the playoffs. We'll see what happens
Yeah,
there.
yeah, we said that, yeah.
See what happens
At that point, it's just, it's just about getting there. The rest of it's just fucking luck at
there.
that point. So,
All right. You want to?
who we jumping to?
We're going to Garrett and the travesty that is Veronica's team.
Mm.
Because
Oh my
Garrett's
God, did
team.
Shannon lose twice in a or Shannon? Did Veronica lose twice in a row?
Well, listen. Okay, Josh Allen. The greatest thing about her team puts up a good week. He has a UCL. I don't think they called it a partial tear. They called it a sprain, I think. Yeah, it's a sprain, I believe. So, like, I don't know if they're going to rest him. I think he can play still, but I think they don't want to make it worse. So we'll see exactly what happens with that. That being said, he's probably the best part of her team. I mean, she's got other good players, but he's probably the best part of her team. So if he falls out and is out for a few weeks, she might start losing a couple games here. She's lost 2 in a row now, and the rest of her team didn't do anything.
Goose goes poison.
Look at it. Like, oh my God, there was another running back that was she started the third running back on the Falcons because Kareem Hunt was on bye.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
still has Jamar Chase injured. Zeke is injured and was on bye. A lot of bad stuff going on for her team. Huntley does nothing. Devin Duvernay, I don't I don't know why I guess they just didn't need him. They won the game just fine. Tyler Boyd was meh, and like Evan Ingram, Paris Campbell, like Justin Tucker scored more than every player on her team except for Josh Jacobs by 0.2 and Josh Allen.
I mean, to be fair, she's got some people on bye. Zeke's on bye. Wait,
I've-
Zeke's injured?
I said that. Yes, Zeke is still. I don't know if he'll be healthy after bye, but he's on bye. Kareem's on bye. I get that, but there's nobody else that's noteworthy on bye. It's the Jamar Chase that's injured.
Well,
Like,
Jimmy can step in for her if Josh has to miss a week or so.
sure, he's not gonna put up Josh numbers though.
No, but I think he's been putting up respectable numbers, hasn't he?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Garrett's team is very interesting, and Garrett was this Deion Jackson dude. He's the one who went off a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, you can't apparently start anybody on the Colts right now because they're just a fucking
Oh my
walking
God,
dumpster fire.
his last 3 weeks were 0.3, negative 0.4, 4.6. This Deion Jackson guy, and Garrett started him over Cordero, who. I mean, I guess I get it because Cordero was coming off an injury, but like you have Cordero, you kind of got to start Cordero playing, right? It's their
Doesn't
whole
look like
offense.
Garrett pulled Cordero off of IR.
Gonna have to this week if he wants to make changes. Garrett squeaked by this win because his team had a bad week. Hopefully the Packers like figure out they need Aaron Jones, 25 yards. I'd like probably like 2 or 3 catches. I'm assuming. And I mean, D Hop like tried to get a good score, but like they got killed by the Seahawks. He still scored touchdowns. Sorry. What's Garrett's? Oh my God, his kicker had 17. Jeez. What's Garrett's record now? He's 4
Four
and
and
5.
five.
Okay. Interesting. Any other thoughts on either of these teams?
I think V's team's gonna
I think Veronica's dead. She's going nowhere.
still make it to the playoffs, but she's got to
You hear that, Veronica?
she's got to hope some people on her team get healthy because it's
So
it's it's looking a little dire right now.
if Veronica's 6-3 and Shannon's 7-2, and both of their teams are like kind of questionable, and Chris is 7-2 and his team is like kind of questionable, does Dad have the best roster in the league?
Said that last week.
Get there. All right. Let's move on to you versus BTS question mark. Is that Suga or is that how you say it? Suga?
Suga.
Suga?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, you lost, Spencer.
I did.
You
Sarah
lost
had the
when her
second
defense
highest
put up
score of the week.
-4 and lost by 23.
She had almost 4 players hit 20 points.
Walk us through it. What were you thinking when you started Marcus Mariota versus the LA Chargers?
I've been thinking the LA Chargers defense is not great. I'll start Marcus Mariota. He's been getting some rushing yards. He's been pretty consistent over the last few weeks, getting double digits.
We'll say
Coming off a hot week against the Panthers the week before. I don't know. Figured he'd get me like
oh,
a respectable 15.
keep him on the bench. He's got the Panthers this week too. Who's your
Yeah,
other
so
Who's your other starter? Goff? Jared
it
Goff?
was Goff, and I didn't trust him against the Lions. Have like a mental block about the Packers, so I was like, that's not gonna go well, and it didn't. He
They
only
won
got
the
like
game.
11. Yeah, but he only got 11 points.
You mean
So
15-9 isn't an exciting score to you? That's a banger of a game, bro.
yeah, if we're watching like Giants football from 2017, maybe.
The Packers went in there and scored like 3 field goals, dog. What are you talking about? That's so exciting to watch.
Yeah. Anyways, that was my reasoning behind that. I'm starting Justin Fields this week, and we're just gonna roll it out and
Oh,
see what
that's right. I
happens.
forgot you picked up Fields. That's a good play. That was me knocking on wood. I don't know if you could hear that. He's gonna have a good
I
week.
could not.
I don't even know who he's playing, and I know Justin
I'm
Fields. He's gonna
also
rush for another 100 yards.
fucking benching Taysom Hill. I'm sick of that shit. I'm putting in Dolchich, and I'm just gonna ride with that dude. This
Wait, you got
Fro
him
guy.
too?
That was like 3 weeks ago. I picked that guy up.
Oh, it must have been a different league that I tried to grab. They all blend together. Because I think I tried to call it quits on Tunyon. I got someone. Maybe I picked up Njoku or something. I'm not sure. Taysom experience is over. Chris Olave, you got some fucking guys on your team though, dude. Hill, Metcalf, and Chris Olave should be consistently putting up like 55 points for you
They are, and I
combined.
got Lazard on my bench, and I'm trying to figure out why I can't seem to win a week. Look at, do you see this shit? I put up 98, right? I would have beaten most other teams this
Yeah,
week.
you
There
would
were
have
a few
beat
people who
me.
cracked 100,
You would have beat
but
well, not
instead
everybody,
I
but
play Sarah, who freaking Kenyon Drake had multiple touchdowns. Austin Eckler's gonna do Austin Eckler things. Hurts is gonna do Hurts things. She streamed Cole fucking Komet, and he
he
puts
had
up 2 tutties
he had
for
the
her.
best game of
Are
his
you fucking shitting me right now?
season by far. Yo, you wanna
And to
add
add insult to injury, she has a negative scoring defense, and I still lose to
I know
her.
that's what I said. I'm gonna add a little more insult to injury, okay? Listen to Cole Komet's stat lines for the season, okay? Just points, just points. 0, 0, 5, 3, 6.5, 2, 4, 8, 19.5. You know who that 19.5 went up against?
Yeah,
You.
me.
Get
I
good.
know.
Get good.
I'm just saying. Like, at
That
the end, at the end, can we please check the standings again? I think I'm pacing points
Everybody
against
who's
by like
watching this at
200.
the end of the season, everybody Venmo Spencer $1. Just if he ends up with the most points scored against him, we all owe him
No, I don't. I
$1.
don't. I don't want $1. I want sympathy for having the worst luck this season.
You currently have over 1,000 points scored against you. 1,008. Nobody else has cracked 1,000. The next closest is Andrew, I think. Andrew with 947. And I've got 935. Mom has 942. So we're all like 50, 60-ish points less scored against us than you are. Yeah, man. I mean, Christopher has 210 less points scored against him than you do.
Well, that's why he's in fucking first in that division.
Speaking of points scored, not against, but points scored, Dad is the first person to crack 1,000 points scored this year.
Oh, nice, Dad.
2017. Congratulations, Dad. You lost, unfortunately, to Andrew, but you'll be fine. You're gonna make the playoffs, and you probably might do okay in the playoffs. So, all right, let me get back to. We had one or two matchups left, I believe.
Sarah's team might be able to sneak in, bro. If she can set her lineup
I mean, she's
correctly every
five and
week.
four. Of course she can make it. How many teams make the playoffs? 8?
How many league team? We're 14,
14.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I set it to 7, so it'd be exactly 50%.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
There's one bye week up for grabs.
All right, we're gonna slide on to the next matchup. Ben versus Sean. Perney versus Perney matchup. Sean wins and moves on to 4 and 5, and Ben falls to 5 and 4. Um,
Ooh, man, he
Ben,
just freaking smoked a Burrow, Travis Etienne, and Devontae Adams. Just
did you
freaking carried his team.
say Etienne?
Whatever his name is.
ETN?
Etienne? Yeah, whatever his name is.
I don't think Ben said his lineup. Could be wrong. There's a bye player in his lineup.
Oh, there's 2.
Yep. Good old Graham Gano. Giants weren't even playing. How do you how do you not even set your lineup on a week where your own football team's not playing? Like, what else are you doing?
Watching the Rangers blow another game.
All right, well, we don't need to talk about Ben's team that much because it's kind of hard to assess it when I can't like. it- Did he take the L like that on purpose? Because like he has Keenan Allen, Hollywood Brown, Michael Thomas all injured. Nobody on his IR, by the way, so that's a mistake. So like he just didn't have. He just thought he couldn't pick up more people because Nick Chubb was on bye. Naheem Hines was Oh,
I think
nothing on this first game for the Bills, by the way. That's
I
crazy.
think him and Nathan have made a secret pact to spite the league.
But Ben was active like last week, and he
I don't know,
watches
man.
the and he
I don't.
watches this. He watches these and comments on them sometimes. Anyway, Sean had a pretty solid week. I think is it Lat?
And T Higgins still
Trying to
put up
see.
9.5 with Mixon scoring every touchdown of the game.
I didn't even think about that. I was looking at Tyler Boyd's score earlier, and I'm like, why didn't he do so bad? Oh, that's right. Joe Mixon scored like 42 points worth of touchdowns that game. Wait, he had 5, right? No, that equals 35. Who got the other one? Do you know?
uh, no, I'm not sure.
Maybe
Might have
maybe
been a
Joe
Joe Burrow
Burrow.
Russian one. He's right
Yeah.
here. We can just look at the box score, can't we?
By the way, when it says TOT, what does that stand for? Yes, he had a rushing touchdown. Joe Burrow. When it says
Where's
like Joe Burrow, right? 206 yards, 2 TOT TDs. What is a TOT touchdown?
it's total touchdowns.
Oh, that stands for total. I thought it was an acronym. I've always looked at that and I'm like, what the hell does that stand for? Anyway, so, Sean, if he wins like another 2 on a stretch, he's gonna make the playoffs and be kind of a scary team to play against, I think. ETN's been going crazy. Joe
Man,
Burrow
they
had a
had
down week because Joe
he had
Mixon had all the points.
he had Barkley on his bench too.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We'll see what happens with Darius Tony. He Sean always fools me with this shit. I'm looking at his bench depth and I'm like, he's got Jamal Williams? No, that's Jamison Williams, wide receiver. That's that's not what's their rookie's
That's
name?
that's
That's the
that's the
rookie?
rookie. That's the first
Okay.
round pick.
And
Yeah.
he comes back when? Do we know?
Uh, they've kind of
November, late
been
November,
saying,
potentially December.
yeah. I think it's leaning more towards early December at this point.
If
But
Sean makes the playoffs and this guy comes back and actually provides good fantasy value for him in the playoffs and helps him win, I'll be mind blown. This guy's coming off an ACL tear, right?
yeah,
But
but
it
it was like
was college
January of earlier this year.
of of 2022.
Yeah, he tore it in the college playoffs
Oh
earlier
no.
earlier this year. Yeah,
Is
and
that
then
the
he still.
worst time to do it? Or is it the NFL Combine? Like if you tear your
I would
ACL
say
in the
it's
NFL
literally,
Combine?
yeah. I'd say combine is definitely worse.
Because like it can't be worse than like if you get drafted and then you make it to a team and you at least like get onto a team first, right?
Right.
But your value falls prior to being drafted if you get an injury like that. So, damn, that sucks. Honestly, forgot about this guy. Like in my mind, I knew he was there. I knew he was drafted at Lions, but like completely forgot about him until just now. Anyway, good win there, Sean. Been up in the world. Sean's team's kind of spooky, bro. He could if he makes the playoffs. I don't want to play against that. All right, Dad gets an unfortunate loss here. Because his team played well. Not how they're used to playing. Like they're usually a bit better. They just had a little bit of a down week, I think, but they still played fine. Mahomes is insane. I just realized Mahomes had 446 yards in that Titans game. What the
Yeah,
hell?
I don't understand what the Chiefs were doing. Like that game was a one score game the entire game, and I think they ran the ball like 10 times. Like I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Like give Mahomes' arm a break, dude. Just fucking run the ball for a
Yeah,
second.
that's pretty insane. See, this is why I said Joe Mixon won Manager of the Week because I mean 53. That's insane. Add up
Ow.
Tua, Mixon, Curtis Samuel, and Darnell
Whoa.
Mooney, who, which by the way, if I said Curtis Samuel and Darnell Mooney 6 weeks ago, you would have said, okay, yep, that is two of the worst fantasy wide receivers that were drafted this year. I think they both had like 10 total points at that point, like a few weeks into the year. That being said, 30 with Samuel and Mooney combined, and then 77. Just those four players outscored Dad's team. That's
Yeah.
that's 107 points from his four players. So that's why Joe Mixon won this week, which is why you said no, I didn't. Wasn't just Joe Mixon. Yeah, it helped, but no, that was Joe. That was all Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon puts up 20 there. This is a different game. That's 30 points less. That would have been a 2-point game.
Well, that still would have been a win.
You know what I'm saying though? Like, it's not a 53. At least Dad could have had some hope. You're watching that fucking game and you're like, it's fucking over, bro. I'm gonna throw my goddamn fantasy in the garbage. There's no shot in hell. Like, what was it last year when you put up 50 with Jamar Chase in the playoffs against me? I don't even remember if that was early into Sunday. I don't remember what happened, but my hopes and dreams were crushed. I was like, there's no
Yeah,
possible way I'm winning this.
I think that was a early week, or early, or whatever I'm trying to say, early game schedule. So
I want to
yeah,
say actually it was. I don't think that's right. I think it was actually a later game. I think I was. You know what it was? We had a 2-week playoff. I was ahead of you by a landslide going into the second week, and then Jamar Chase put up that 50 whatever it was, and you just crawled your fucking way back in with that performance, and I lost, and you won the championship, and I hate myself. So that feels bad.
Drew's crawling his way back to 500 though. He's gonna have Debo coming back eventually. I don't know what's going on with Drake London. He started off hot, and then the Falcons decided they only run the ball. I don't know what's going on with that. Harris is injured still.
I think the Falcons just game plan completely different every week. Because one week they're like, well, now that they have Cordero back, they might just be like, hey, Cordell's gonna run it every single play because Marcus Mariota's not that great. But yeah, Drake London's kind of fallen off, and Kyle Pitts is inconsistent as hell too because they just don't want to throw it. But what else for you? Gabe Davis is both Gabe Davis and Stephon are interesting. That's funny because Dad has Stephon and Andrew has Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis has been super up and down just because of the way he plays. But with the question marks behind Josh Allen, I think you can for sure trust Stephon. But Dad's got to kind of temper his expectations with Stephon depending on what happens with Josh Allen. Because if Case Keenum comes in, Stephon will probably get like 5 or 6 catches, like 65 yards or something like that, which is fine. But it's not what you want from Stephon.
No. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know. I don't know if Allen's gonna miss time or not, but yeah,
Don't think
that
he will. I think Sean McDermott is his name, correct? Head coach?
yes,
Sean is that right? I can't look up anything on my phone because I don't want
that sounds right.
screen recording. I believe that's the head coach's name. Anyway, whoever the head coach is, I believe it's Sean McDermott. I think he said that Josh Allen should
Yeah, you're right.
play this week, but
It's a farce.
he did not participate in practice today. So,
Yeah, maybe he's just resting.
yeah, I'm sure it was, Veterans Day off or something. But
I'm surprised Dad benched Singletary for Herbert.
is that a
Think that.
surprising bench? I don't know if that is. I might have done the same thing. Maybe. Like Singletary's been pretty good, but not insane. I think his last few weeks have been 12-8. He had 5-12-8 in a 3-game span. It's like, maybe he was just shooting for the stars with Khalil, especially with what's his name arriving to Buffalo. Naeem Hines, who actually didn't do anything in that game, but I mean the Bills. had a down week. Like they lost to the Jets.
Well, division battle, Jets seem like they're actually semi-legit this year,
Oh yeah,
so
I know. Upsets happen and weird games happen and whatnot, so I'm not super duper like I'm not down on the Bills. It's just yeah, it's a weird week, man. Weird things happen when the Giants aren't playing.
do we have anybody left?
That's all the matchups. I was gonna pop in just for a brief second, check the records. We have two clear leaders now, by the way. Shannon is leading the NFC 7-2, and Christopher is leading the AFC 7-2. No challengers right now. They are in first place. Nobody else has those records in their divisions. However, there was also clear second place and a clear third place in both divisions. So NFC Shannon's in first. Veronica with the loss to Garrett falls to 6-3, but nobody else has a 6-win record in that division. And then Miss Sarah Mata is 5-4, and everybody else in that division is 4-5. So, uh, and then the AFC is just like a trash division or something. I don't know. You know, it's like Dad's 6-3, Ben's 5-4, Garrett's 4-5, Mom's 3-6, and then you and Nate are both 2-7. So
We're bringing up the rear.
you,
However,
hmm.
hear me out. I rattle off 5 straight and end the season 7-7.
Or you haven't even cracked 900 points yet. How are you expecting to win 5 straight?
Half the teams haven't cracked 900 points yet.
1, 2, 3, 4. Four of the teams in the NFC have, and then 1, 2. Okay, 6 out of 14 is not half. I'll give you that. That is quick math, Spencer. I am curious. I haven't looked at this. So the NFC, Shannon, Veronica, Sarah, and Beth. Not that this means anything, but all four of those ladies are not like directly related to the family, like by blood. And then the AFC is literally Chris, Dad, Ben, Garrett, Mom, you, and Nathan.
I randomized them
I didn't
when
say you did it
I
on
started this.
purpose.
I think I like doing that, by the way, because the last few years it's like weird. It like has them set in like a specific schedule, and I don't know. It doesn't randomize it for some reason. It's just like based on what had happened the previous year. So I think doing the number drawing randomizer of the teams, I like that. I think I'm gonna do it again next year. I think it adds some more randomness to an already random game. So
Okay, sounds good. I do kind of like the idea though of like I like randomizing it for fairness and whatnot, but being able to kind of develop division rivals would be kind of fun. But yeah, that's what it is. All right. Any other thoughts?
um let me see.
Got some tights. We got some tight races here, man. Everybody's still like
Sean,
pretty
you
close.
are going down next week.
Oh, that's a
That's
good.
my first
I
thought.
think I have Dad. Right?
Uh,
Right? I do have to face Dad, and he's got Ramondre on bye. That could help me a little bit.
and I think the only other two things I'd like to point out are the battle between Garrett and Sarah to see if Garrett can get back to 500 and send Sarah back to 500, and the battle between Ben and Andrew for
Do they end up
500.
going? They both would be 5-5, huh?
Mhm.
And I am fighting for my life to also get back to 500 against Dad, who is 6-3. You know, I think I beat Dad this week. Feeling confident. I actually like some of my matchups this week. I got the Titans D versus Denver. What do you think about that?
Questionable. It depends on whether or not Tannehill's back. That fucking offense has to stay out there again without Malik.
That's a fair point. I think he was almost ready to go this week, though, so I think he'll be back. But all right. See if I end up starting Jeff Wilson Jr. this week. By the way, no surprise, surprise. Joe Mixon's gonna be the thumbnail for the video, so you're welcome, Andrew. Is that
Follow
two
it
for?
up.
Is that two thumbnails that have been Andrew's player on that week? I
Might
think he had one more.
be. Was his Brees Hall? Was the other one?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, R.I.P. We love you, Breeze. We miss you. Bro, he looked so good before he tore his ACL. Oh, it sucks. All right. GG's, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye
Adios.
bye.